Well, back with Dr. Fehrman. Dr. Fehrman, tell us, what is this whole thing about clear braces all about? People say, traditional braces and clear braces. Shed some light on that, please.
Okay, well, I think what you're asking about is a phenomenon called Invisalign. And
it's nothing. Not really. Actually, not really.
Okay.
There's a term out there called clear. If clear braces is Invisalign, then yes. But there is I think there's a term called clear braces out there.
Yes. Okay. Clear braces are a porcelain bracket, whereas a traditional bracket is made of metal or stainless steel. And porcelain braces are a lot more aesthetic. They don't show so much when you smile. There's still a wire there. We still have to have you wear rubber bands, but the clear braces are a much better option if you're concerned about how you're going to look when you're wearing braces.
Okay. Rather than that, they function the same way. They take the same time to fix it, or what's the deal?
Yes, they take the same amount of time. It didn't used to be that way, but they've improved. And nowadays they work virtually the same as the metal braces. It's just that they look a lot better on the teeth.
Okay. How long is the average treatment these days for any one of those braces? Because I've heard there's some improvements there too from the past.
Yes, there have been. Back in '87 when I had braces, I wore them for 3.5 years, and that was considered average back then. But nowadays, I'd say 1.5 years is average. Adults take a little bit longer, but not bad. 2 years is getting to be long nowadays.
I see. All right. So about 1.5 years in terms of the braces. So let's just say the clear braces or the traditional braces. So is still anybody doing the traditional braces if the clear braces are so much more aesthetic? Because I'm very sure that if a person runs around with something 2 years on his face, he wants it to be aesthetic. So is still anybody doing the traditional braces?
Oh yes, I do tons of them, and in fact, sorry, I just got interrupted by my computer. The clear braces are more aesthetic, but the metal braces are very popular, especially with the adolescents. They like to put colors on their actual brackets. So you can put all these bright colors on your braces, and they actually have a lot of fun with it. Some of the adults do it too, don't they?
So I see. And what about just on a good average of cost? Are the clear braces more expensive than the metal braces?
Yes, they are. Of course, we use a payment plan for everybody, so it comes to like $8 a month more on the payment plan. But the gold-plated braces and the clear braces cost a little more than the traditional silver.
Okay. All right, but so it's not exactly a fortune more.
No, not a fortune. I try to make it affordable by spreading it out on the payment plan. So I think it comes to $250 more.
Okay. All right. Okay, good. So are you telling me that it's more like a personal choice of the patient rather than one working better than the other one?
Yes, that's exactly how I approach it. There are certain cases where the porcelain or clear braces are frowned upon. People that need jaw surgery, the oral surgeons just hate the porcelain braces because the hooks break off of them during the actual surgery. But I still let the patients get them. I just deal with it after the fact. So it's personal choice.
Okay. Oh, well, that's good to know. That like, wait a minute, it's almost like I want a red car or a blue car. Well, it all depends, as long as you don't choose a tractor versus a Ferrari when you're a farmer and a tractor when you want to be a playboy, that would kind of maybe not go so well. But, so that's not the case. You want your teeth straightened. Both of them will do the job. One is a tiny bit more expensive, not a lot. It probably plays no role in your budget. And it's rather what you like.
Yes, that's exactly how I would approach it. And by the way, there are people that pay the extra money for the porcelain braces, but then occasionally they put colors on there too, just to have fun with it for a month or two. So you can make them rather aesthetic, or you can make them show up a lot if you want. So it's been a nice option.
Well, it sounds like kind of like if you have a little bit of distortion going on because there are some braces in it, period, then instead of trying to hide them when you really cannot, why don't you just go, pow, right? I mean...
That's exactly right. That's just what especially the adolescents, that's what they do. They figure, I might as well show them off, and, they get team colors, and, the Packers just won the Super Bowl, so there's a lot of green and gold going on here in Wisconsin right now.
I see. So are you telling me that you can change those colors? Like today I want Packers, and tomorrow it's Valentine's Day, so I put a little heart on it or whatever?
Yes, exactly. Every time the patient comes in, the wires are untied and then they're retied with new colors. So I see people approximately every 6 weeks, and so every 6 weeks they can get new colors put on there.
And those every 6 weeks, again, that's kind of the same whether they have the porcelain braces or the metal braces?
Yes, it varies a little bit depending on what I'm doing mechanically at the time, but 6 weeks is a good average.
Right. So again, the difference between a metal or a porcelain braces wouldn't make the difference. It's more like the treatment and the patient who might demand a little different time or whatever.
Correct. And the wires that we're using that particular 6 week period. Some wires are longer acting, some are shorter acting. And
sure.
It just depends what we're doing.
Good. Well, thanks a lot for shedding some light on that. I'm sure that's interesting for people to know that it's really just what do I want?
It's more or less what they want, yes.
Thank you very much, Dr. Fehrman.
Mm-hmm.